Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you about MLA format, how to format our papers to make sure that we're using the right guidelines. And I want to talk to you about how to, the importance of creating a works cited page and how to format our citations and in-text citations. I know we struggled with that a little bit before, on our previous writing assignment. So I want to make sure that we know how to do that for this one. So the first thing that I want to show you is anytime that you have a question about MLA format, whether it be how to format the page or whether it's to how to format the works cited page, etc., and how to do our citations, if you go to the owlpurdue.edu, that is a fabulous resource for you. When you get into other college classes, like some of your science classes, your math class, if you have a paper that you have to do for some reason in there, you're not necessarily going to do that in MLA formats. So let me show you real quick. So if I just go to the owlpurdue.edu website, well, let me go, owlpurdue.edu. Okay, so if I just go to the Owl Purdue website, this is the writing lab, which is where you're going to get your help with the writing papers. But they do an excellent job keeping up to date on the different resources available. Okay, so I can look down here and you'll see that it tells you different ways to format your paper. Your most common resources are going to be in APA format and in MLE format. And several college classes today are going towards Chicago style and various other types of formatting. And it really depends on the discipline that you're in. When you're doing an English essay, it's almost always going to be MLA format, but your college professors will tell you in their syllabus what format you should use. So for our class, in all the papers that you write, you will be using MLA format. And so if I just come down here, I'll go to the MLA formatting and style guide. If I go over here to the one I was at, you can see that if you go to the research and citation resources, there's a lot of different styles over here that you can choose from. APA is very common. MLA is always well, not always, but usually for your English and history classes. Chicago style is also pretty common nowadays too. And you can see that it tells you all the different styles over here at the Owl Purdue website. So it's really helpful. So we're just going to go to the MLA general, to the MLA format. And you can see over here in the MLA style, there are several different options that you can choose from. You can see that, excuse me, the MLA section is going to explain to you how to do your citations for all of the different sources that you can use. It's also going to tell you how to format your paper in the first place. And that's really what I want to show you right now. General guidelines. Your paper is always going to be done in double space, always in a legible font, and really honestly we try to do it always in Times New Roman. You can use Arial as well, but for the most part I recommend doing Times New Roman only because that's going to be easy to remember, and all your teachers are generally going to accept that. And I know it's easy to go online and to get these different fonts, but not for an academic paper. For academic papers, you need to make sure that you're using common legible fonts, as boring as that might be to you. So, and you also need to write in 12-point font. We also, and it's not really a problem, I think, nowadays. When I was younger, we were told to double space after a period, but that's not how we format in MLE format. There's only one space after periods, so no double spacing there. Your margins need to be set to 1 inch on all sides. If you use Google Docs or you use Word, it's already preset to 1 inch margins. So you don't really have to worry about the margin set. Now you can go and check and verify to make sure that it's right. But they always have it starting out then. It does say indent the first line of each paragraph 1/2 inch. Make sure that the tab is set at 1/2 inch. I know in Word and in Google Docs, it's automatically set up that way. Create a header that numbers all pages consecutively in the upper right-hand corner. We are going to talk about that in just a moment. And then it tells you about endnotes and italics, etc. And then it tells you how to format the first page. I don't require a title page, so you don't have to worry about that. Some of your professors will require that. But you can see that there is a heading. Now, a heading should not be confused with header. And you'll see that in just a moment. But if you look up here, it has your first and last name, your professor's name, what English class you're in, and then the date. And you will see that the date is written the day, and then the month, and then the year. So make sure you do that. And then your title is going to be center spaced, and then you'll see here in this sample first page that you do indent the paragraphs, and that it's written in double space. So to show you how to set that up, I'm going to take you to a blank Google Doc. If I was going to change my margins or I wanted to check, I would go File, Page Setup. And then, of course, I see my margins are all 1 inch. So they're perfect as is. I need to go to Arial is fine. You can use that. You can see that I like to use fun fonts too, but again, not for your academic works. It's not working right. So I'm just going to go down to Times New Roman. Usually you can put T in there and it'll find Times New Roman for you. I need to put it into 12-point font. And then if I come over here to this little 3 lines with the arrow up and down, I click double space, and now my paper is in double space. And then I'm going to write my heading. And then English 23-22, and then today's date is the 12th of October 2020. Okay, and then I'll push enter, and then I'm going to put I don't know, I can't think of anything, so I'm going to put feminism and the Declaration. And that's only because we're studying the Declaration of Independence in some of my other classes right now. So it's the first thing that came to mind. And then I'm going to space the indent the 5 spaces here. And you can see that it's 5 spaces because obviously you can count. Now, the reason this is not a header is because you're going to go insert page number, and it'll be the first box there, and you're going to have your header as the page number. And again, 12-point font, Times New Roman. And there you have it. Your page is ready for you to continue on. Now, I'll get to that in a second. Now, I do want to show you a neat thing. My computer does not have Microsoft Word installed on it, so I can't show you exactly what to do there. But because you are a student at Coastal Bend College, you do have access to Office 365. And so if you come to this first page right here, you're going to go to O365. And then it's going to pop up, and it's going to ask you for your email address, and it's going to ask you for your password. And your email address is that same username that you use to log into Blackboard, but you're going to include the part for your email. So it would be your name at study.coastalbend.edu. Okay, and so that's going to be your username, and you can see that you have access to all of the Office 365 materials. And if I go to Word, I can click a new blank document, and I will have to format it just like I did that Google Docs. But if you look up here in the templates, it does say MLA style paper. And if I go to that paper, everything is set up for me. The only thing that isn't set up that tells me what to do is my header. And honestly, it's going to say your last name in brackets, which you don't have to do. This is dependent on your professor, and I don't mind either way. I'm going to be honest. And then the number sign tells you that it's page 1. And so here they're going to give you the directions. So I'm going to go Teresa Claypack, instructor name, Professor Claypack, course number, English 2322, date 12th of October 2020. And then you would have your title, and then you would start writing. And it tells you how to install all the stuff. Now you're going to delete all of this stuff, obviously, right? So that's not a problem. Now let's go to our works cited page. This one's going to be a little bit different than what it shows here. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm going to put this on a new page. My works cited is going to be center aligned, and I'm not really familiar, to be honest, with the word the Office 365 and the word on here. I'm used to the regular one, but we all learn. Okay, and so here I have my citations. Now that we're into this part, we've set up our document. We're ready to start typing. When you are writing a literary analysis, which is what you wrote in the past for me, and the other 3 writing assignments that you're going to have, all of those are literary analyses because you are analyzing the literature that you read. You're analyzing some component of it. And so when you're writing a literary analysis, you are always going to refer back to the text that you read. So we need to make sure that whenever we do that, we include that work on our works cited page. Even if you don't use any other source outside of the actual text, which is more than perfect, you still need to put a citation for that work of text, okay? So for here, if I'm choosing to write my my essay on Sonnet 18, this is where I would put that works cited citation. Now the cool thing about OWL Purdue, if I go back to this page, you can see that there is a citation generator on this page, and usually that's going to give you correct information. So if I'm getting it out of a book, which I am because I have the name of the Norton Anthology, I would put all that information in here and I would click cite. If I get some help, if I go online and I research a little bit about it, I'm going to go and get my my website. So if I said, okay, well, let me just use this. So if I said I used this general Purdue website, I'm doing a research paper on research papers or something, I'm going to go and plug in my my website that I used and click cite. It's going to pull up all the information for it. Okay, I'm going to click cite again. And then I'm going to click continue. Oh, I got to scroll down a little bit. Hold up. I'm going to click continue. If I can find this information that says it's missing, then I would plug it in here. But I looked and I looked and I looked and it's just not there. And I'm going to click complete citation. Sometimes this comes up to where you have to watch a message or you have to pay for it. And I'm not about paying for it, so I'm going to spend my time and pause this recording and do this message real quick. Okay, so that was a 17-second video that I watched. No time at all, and it saved me $10. So then I'm going to go to copy citation, and I'm going to go to my works cited page, whether that's, and I'm going to click paste. I don't really know what this is doing, so I'm going to go over here and click enter again. Backspace, nope, enter. Okay. I'm going to left align because your works cited page is left aligned. I don't know what's going on here. And there we go. There's my citation. And I'm just going to delete this because I don't need it. Okay. And that's my works cited page. Now, that's one part of your citations. The other part is going to be your in-text citation. So I wrote something about providing citations for my paper that I took from the OWL Purdue website. And then I'm going to put a parenthesis and do my in-text citation. This actually also, get away. This actually also is going to do an in-text citation. So I am going to copy, and then I'll put it over here, and I'm going to paste. And after my in-text citation, I put my period, excuse me, and then my readers will know where to find my information. So those are your two parts of doing citations and using information. You do always, always, always have to cite the text that you read and you completed your literary analysis on. So make sure that you use that each time. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email or come and see me in class and let me know, and I will do my very best to answer those for you. All right, y'all have a great afternoon. Thank you.